I remember when I first made up in my mind that I wanted to be a financially free millionaire. I was working at the time. I remember this. And the reason I'm going to tell this story, the reason I'm going to tell this story is because I want to share with you guys a piece, just a one ingredient, one or two ingredients in this video that is going to take for you to reach some of your own dreams. And I'm going to share it now because now is the best time for a lot of you to use the vehicle of cryptocurrency to reach some of these unbelievable dreams that a lot of you have. So, when I first realized it, I remember I was working and, I got tired of not having my own time, not being in control of my daily clock. I would have some good days, I would have some bad days, but I was living for the weekend and I was getting so sick of that. And at this time in my life, I had tried a number of different vehicles to get there, get to what I felt was just a good place in my life. The American dream, house, car, all of them different things, picket fence, dog, cat, things of that nature, family. Um, I was looking at all of that and I felt like, okay, I just want to get to a place where I feel like I'm secure. I feel like this is where I supposed to be in life at this particular age. Took me a long time to realize that there is no set age when you're supposed to supposedly be at this notch in your life, and then the next notch, and then the next one after that. Uh, there's no time. There's no specific time. All you got to do is look at a lot of people's lives, and you realize some people didn't strike it big until they hit their 60s, 70s, things of that nature. Just look at people like the guy who made Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel, I think it's Colonel Saunders. Look at people like that. I think he was 70 something years old when he finally reached this magical goal. See, a lot of you have these goals and don't even know that you have them because a lot of people I find are afraid to dream. They're afraid to think outside of their own circumference where they are right now. And that right there limits a lot of you from reaching these desired destinations that you want to make it to. Well, for me, again, I've told this before that there was a time in my life when I didn't see past 2 weeks. Thinking out past that would give me a headache because I didn't know what I was going to do from one day to the next. It wasn't until, I tried all of these other avenues, I got into the stock market and different things of that nature. And this is once my, life was all together and I'm doing all the right things. I felt like I had money to spare them. And that's when I did, I got off in the stock market. And before I really got to learning a lot of the ins and outs of the stock market and different things, even though I had, studied this long before I had money to invest, I came to the conclusion that, okay, I'm putting this in this stock, that stock, having a portfolio that's pretty balanced, but I don't see me making millions off this. I don't see me making millions off this. And what could happen, what could really happen when you do stuff like that, I find the hardest thing for a lot of us to do is get back up once something didn't work in our lives. And some of you out there may be down right now. Maybe down right now you had this dream of doing something and you just knew the path that you were on was going to work out. You knew it was, and then something you miss a step, or as fate have it, it just don't work out. It just don't work out for some reason. Well, I find that sometimes people just don't get back up, and they don't get back up, and they just continue to take in the path that everyone else around them, who are too afraid to follow their dreams, is taking. They decide, okay, I can't beat them, so I'm just going to join them, and I'm just going to do this, and I'll just go along. And when you go along, and I feel like you go along with the crowd, what happens is you start taking on that crowd mentality. That crowd mentality of being real cynical when it comes to opportunities that come your way that the crowd may not understand. It doesn't take much for someone in the crowd to knock you off when you see something that might be an opportunity, or you say, hey, you ever heard about this? And then they'll say something cynical, or they'll say something negative about it, and before you know it, you're like, yeah, you're probably right. Well, it was around this time, like I said, when I realized, yeah, not only do I want to be financially free and be a millionaire at the same time, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. This ain't something I want. For the longest, I used to want it. And then I went, and these are the stages you hit. You hit from, oh, you know what? It would be great to be a millionaire, to be able to not be a prisoner of the clock. It would be good to be like that. Man, I wouldn't mind being like that. I wonder what that feels like. You go from that, and I'm here to tell you, this is the seed that's laid in your head. You go from that to, I think I'm going to try to achieve that. You go from it would be good to, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, this idea I have might get me there. And if you hang in there with whatever idea you had, you put it into motion, you hang in there, even if it doesn't work, what happens somewhere up in there is you say, I'm going to be this way. I'm going to reach this desired dream of mine, even if it kills me. Like Get Rich or Die Trying, right? 50 Cent. You start having that mentality. And let me tell you something. I've tried so many things on purpose. I've tried so many things, and they didn't work out the way I wanted them to work out in the time frame that they should have worked out. And when I'm here to tell you, a lot of times, a lot of your stuff don't work out, not because it's not meant for you, more so because you didn't stick to it. So I look at some of those things in the back and say, well, maybe I should have stuck to those longer. But, then again, I say, maybe I wasn't destined to do that. So I ended up realizing somewhere along the line that my 9 to 5 was kind of impeding on my larger goals in life. And that's where the struggle came in. Like, man, this 9 to 5, wow, I can tolerate it sometimes. This ain't really what I want. This ain't what I want. This has nothing to do with what I want because, again, I'm fitting in the crowd. Round then, that's when cryptocurrency came into my life. Once cryptocurrency got there, you see, being that I was in the crowd already, something I never lost. I never lost my ability to dream. And this is what I'm telling you guys. This is part of the recipe. This is one of the crucial ingredients that I'm talking about today is never stop dreaming and never stop believing in yourself. Regardless, whoever around you don't believe in you. You have to get almost arrogant. And you'll never hear me say that much, but you almost have to get arrogant in your belief that, everybody else is wrong and I'm going to achieve my dream. I don't care what these naysayers say. I'm going to figure it out. That's what it takes. So around this time, that's where I was hardening, because right now, a lot of what you guys are going through in the market right now, you see it. You see it going up and down. You got the market manipulation going on from the deeper pockets than you have. The reason I'm able to move like I do is because I've become, and this is not a bad thing, I've become arrogant in my thinking to say, I'm going to achieve this, and these deeper pockets than mine are not going to knock me off of the axis that I'm on, period. And that's what it takes. But this ain't something that just came over time. oh, shall I say, this ain't something that just came over my crypto journey. This is something that I've been preparing for my entire life. And that's where I want you guys to understand. A lot of your experiences and everything that you've been through in life, you need to draw upon that right now more than ever. Right now, because for a lot of you out there, this opportunity of cryptocurrency that we're heading into, that year-long stretch of nothing but up, 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 a lot of you are already prepared for it and don't know it. You don't know it. I'm telling you guys, you're there. You're there. Look, you need to draw on all your experiences. And like I always tell people, you know, you can what if your dreams till the end of time. But I wanna seriously put something to you. And I always tell my boys this. I always tell them, I said, you know, a lot of you right now, I'm gonna use you guys for an example. A lot of you are worried. What if this bull market is not what everybody say it's gonna be, this upcoming bull cycle? What if it's not like that? What if it's just hearsay? What if I don't have enough? What if I don't reach my dreams? What if everything tanks and I just lose everything in my portfolio? One thing I've learned about what ifs, every time you guys, and I know you guys are going to be able to relate to this, I want you to think about one of the worst things that you've been through, or not even one of the worst things you've been through. I want you to think about a scenario or something that happened in your life where in the back of your head, your brain, and I always tell people, your mind is the biggest fiction story writer. It is the best-selling novelist. Your mind is. It'll paint pictures like the ones that is being painted for you guys right now in some of your heads, like, oh, the crypto bull cycle is not going to be what, you know, everybody said it is. Oh, I don't have enough money invested. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm going to lose everything, or I'm just not going to make as much money as I would like to. I want you to ask you something about that best-selling novelist called your mind in your head. When does things ever work out like that? When, I guarantee you, everything that your mind, the picture that your mind paints for you is always worse than things actually go. And I want you guys to chew on that for a while. I want you to think about some of the things you've been through in life and how you knew these things was coming up, and you said your mind just told you it's going to be a nightmare. And it never turned out like that. So I want you guys to take that and wonder to yourself. So could this be the same thing that's going on right now for me? Of course, if you're not invested in the crypto market, you can't expect to get anything out of it. It's like saying I one day want to become a lottery winner. I want to one day. So you hear somebody saying, I want to hit the lottery one day, take care of my family, friends, and just live a fruitful life. But they never play the lottery. And you never understand, even when they get up to billions, they never drop $1, or it's $2 now, I think. But they never drop any money on just even one ticket. So when you get a lot of advice from people in your life, and you're always going to get people giving you their opinion. Even if you don't ask for it, you're going to get people giving you their opinion. You need to ask yourself, how many of these people have the cojones to do what I'm doing when it comes to crypto and push as far as I push? If I lose everything, I lose everything. That's kind of the mentality that you have to train yourself to have, because at the end of the day, if you lose it, at least you lost it on your terms. That's the way I go about it. You get one life, one. So you have to make it a good one. And depending on your age, you have to work a lot faster than some other people. That's the cool thing about starting crypto when you're super young. I applaud those of you that's 25. I believe the 25 to maybe 40. I applaud you guys because you have time to throw it all on the line. I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying do that by no means, but I'm saying you have time to put everything on the line and gamble and bet on yourself. And if it don't turn out like you want, You get to start over. Hell, I think anybody can start over from whatever point in life. But that's the type of mentality I have, and I know that probably only 5% of you have that mentality. That if you're in your 50s or your 60s and you try to go all out for it and it doesn't work out, you're like, I'm doomed. I don't never have that mentality because I've trained my mind on one thing: being successful, getting what I said I was going to get, not what I want. I've passed that. What I said I was going to accomplish, getting that, regardless what it takes. Now, when you're on that type of journey, that takes being able to pivot when you say you got to pivot. And when I use that when it comes to some of your cryptocurrencies that you may hold, some of your plans that you might have with your cryptocurrency. Like I had some plans of buying other houses and different things of that nature, but I'm willing to pivot looking at how much and interest rates are with houses now. I think they're 7% or above, so I'm willing to pivot from that and say, well, until then, maybe I'll park some in Bitcoin, or maybe I'll go over here, open storage units, or do things like that. I'm already at the point where I can say, you know what, these plans aren't set in stone because I only have one goal. That one goal is here, the millionaire status, blah, 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 doing all of that. And that's how you guys need to be, especially right now, especially when you have this opportunity when things are really slow right now. Crypto, I'm gonna be honest with you, the market's boring right now. It's not for me, but I know it's boring for a lot of you guys because things are not really moving. They're either down or they're back to where they were and nothing's really moving. But that's when it's happening. I read a saying that when you feel like God has deserted you, that's when God is the closest to you. I truly believe that. And I believe that with our goals and all of your goals that you set. But you have to start believing in you. Those two ingredients. Never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Ever. And never stop believing in yourself. Ever. Regardless what anybody say. They don't think like you. They don't think like you. Get them, you need to get them away from you. I once read a book that said what make the Elon Musk, all of these high status celebrities that's created and did some groundbreaking things in this world. These people right here, what makes them different, the Bill Gates and all of these people, what makes them so different from everyone else is they feel like always that they're right and everyone else is wrong. And they're going to push to get their way. That's what it takes. That is what it takes. And that's somewhat of an arrogant mind frame, but you cannot at all argue with the results. So I'm gonna ask you guys, are you arrogant enough to believe and know that you're going to achieve everything that you've been dreaming of? Or are you gonna fall back in the crowd and just go along and ho and hum that I hope things just work out for me? This is the one opportunity you guys got right now to paint whatever picture you want for your future. All I'm saying is you got to take advantage of it. To the next one, guys, drop me a comment below. Let me know what some of your dreams are. I would like to hear from you. Know what your dreams are. And let me know, how many times have you tried to reach your dreams and been knocked down? That's important because I think each time we get knocked down, we learn something from it. So, to the next one, guys, never stop dreaming, never stop believing in yourself. To the next one, I'm out.